Let's go to Maria in Tampa. What's up, Maria?
Hi.
How we doing?
I am just so excited and very, very grateful. Man, I'm excited. Thank you so much for your time.
No, I'm good grief. I'm so grateful for you. You're too kind. So what's up?
Okay, I am super displeased with the way that I am managing my disordered eating and maintaining my sobriety.
Walk me through it. Tell me more.
So in the process of trying to frame up my question neatly, which is kind of difficult.
I was going to say, disordered eating and addiction are never summed up neatly. So give me the whole messy mess.
Okay, so I, first of all, am a mom. I have 3 kids, 5 and under, so I am in just the best season of life. This is true. I am not being sarcastic.
Okay.
Okay, so I have racing thoughts. It feels like multiple trains of thoughts zipping by in different directions, super fast, super loud, all the time in my head, and it all seems very urgent, like needs to be thought of right now, past, present, future, to-do list, shame, all of it at one time, all the time. And I don't know how to step out of that, turn it down, dismiss the thoughts. I also, I had a really chaotic childhood. And so like the binge purge thing made a lot of sense for a while for me because it just was like a semblance of control in my life. But I don't know how to take care of myself is what it comes down to. Like I do not know how to relax so that I might enjoy my body and my brain. And I'm just like, I'm not having a good time. And I'm going to be bold and say I deserve to be having a good time because this is literally exactly the life that I've always wanted. And I find myself constantly dysregulated, angry, agitated, short-tempered, and therefore everyone around me experiences that too.
God, you may... I don't...
I got more, but...
No, I know you do. You're just incredible. Let me just say that outright. And not enough people tell you that. And I'm grateful. You have an ability to... You've been to counseling before?
Yes, in attempts to overcome what was just like a lot of disconnection.
There you go.
My mom put me in treatment patients like 5 times, and it never
for
worked
eating
because it wasn't the problem. I also was suicidal. Like I just needed like a hug, I think, and nobody knew that or like understood that. And so after I moved out and like started living my life with my like now husband, I realized I have a level of responsibility to cultivate my mind and my body and my lifestyle. And so I am super informed, but it is extremely difficult for me to apply any of the nerd things that I know a lot about. And I am so frustrated. And I'm a perfectionist. And so I'm like super full of shame and guilt, like all the time.
Yeah. Okay. The reason I asked if you'd been in counseling was you're years down the road towards being well. And I know you don't realize that. But your ability to see from an elevated position, both what's going on and your putting some distance between your response to what's going on and your ability to point at, all right, here's where it is. And I hear the engine knocking right here, right? Your ability to do that is light years ahead of most people I talk to. Good for you. Like, I want you to know the work you've put in has not been wasted, okay? The word that keeps coming to mind as you're talking it's a scary word, okay? For a couple of different reasons, but the word that keeps coming to mind is exhaustion.
Dude, I have a 4-month-old and a 2-year-old and a 5-year-old, and they're all in my bed. And
and more than that, your body's been in fight or flight for about 30 years, right?
Yeah.
And so there's a point when you keep adding in the quote-unquote right things. I crossed the finish line. I got the life I wanted. You overcame so many odds to get where to achieve what you've achieved and to cross the finish lines you've crossed. Can we recognize that? It's incredible.
Thank you for saying that.
The professionals who were around you when you were 14 would have looked at just an actuarial table and said, this is probably not likely where you've landed. And it's a testament to strength and grit, and you've probably got chewed off broken fingernails because you've scratched and clawed your way to this point. You had a picture in your head, and you will achieve this. Am I right?
Correct.
And you found a guy. Tell me about him. Is he awesome?
He is awesome, equally crazy, but we found each other like super young and have been together ever since. We've been together for 10 years, and we, like on paper, have done everything the right way. Like we dated for a few years, and we were married for a year, and then we started having babies, and we're starting our own company, and I mean, lots of really great things. But he also did not receive, I guess, just proper instruction for living, like love and just like basic things.
Yeah.
So we're just figuring it out together, and we kind of take turns being the, I don't know, more stable one, more mature one.
Okay.
And then
so
we just grow together.
So you've done all the right stuff. The one giant glaring omission that I think is the hardest thing to do is you have not made peace with Maria. And you have run from what Maria was. You've run from the hell that was your childhood. And you say chaotic. I'm calling BS on that. You've seen some stuff. Fair?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You haven't made peace with Maria. And because you haven't made peace, and I'm at you, right? Imagine me and you having chips and salsa, right? And I don't know if you're sober, but we're having a drink, we're hanging out, okay? And your husband's hanging out, and we're just chilling. So I'm not getting on to you. I'm just telling you, until you let Maria go, Maria 9 years old, Maria 14 years old, Maria 4 is still fighting on your behalf. Because there's still a mom that no matter what the hell you do, you cannot make her get off your back. And then she tries to solve it by sending you away from her, right? Am I onto it? You still there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Am I right? Tell me I'm wrong.
No, you're so right. She just, it feels bad because I know.
Nope, don't defend her. She's
right. No excuses.
Yeah, she's a grown-up. She's a grown-up. You don't have to defend her right now. Yep.
She didn't know, though.
That's okay. But it doesn't minimize the hurt, right?
So true. Yeah, no, it still hurts.
What about Dad? Where was Dad?
Well, they got a divorce when I was 3. They co-parent. No, not well. We saw him about every other weekend. Okay. And then, because my brother and I are close in age. And then when I was probably 12, my brother moved out to live with him. Mm-hmm. And I pretty much stopped all contact. He stopped talking to me. I stopped talking to him. We never saw each other until I had my first kid. And that was 5 years ago. So it's never.
And there's a 3 to 12-year-old Maria. Continuing to ask herself, what could I have done differently to keep this thing together? How could I have acted a little bit different so that Dad would come around a little bit more? And then they took your lifeline away, which is your brother.
Mm-hmm.
And then at 12 years old, you found yourself responsible for Mom's emotional stability. Fair?
Yeah.
If I say this, Mom flies off the handle, so I need to make sure that I don't say this, I don't eat this, I don't do this. I need to clamp down on everything I can control, because if I don't, Mom, fill in the blank. Fair?
Yeah.
That's an exhausted 9-year-old little girl. And so running from, and again, can I tell you, my family situation is different, but the sprinting, and I recognize this in the mirror, okay? So I feel like I'm talking to myself here. I sprinted so hard to show with my income and my job title and the university I worked for and my 2 healthy little kids and my pretty wife that I could get all of the stuff. And my body was still swinging and kicking and running and hiding as it had been since I was little. So the work now is less perfection. And this stuff gets more sophisticated. And so have you started binging again?
I binge. I find that it's like, yes, but not as frequently by any means. But it's like when I'm particularly tired, particularly frustrated, like I am just in the middle of all of these kids and everybody's screaming, and instead of screaming or like wanting to drink, I might just go eat a whole box of nutty bars and Pop-Tarts and a bag of sour gummy worms.
Oh my gosh. You just said all my things. Yes.
They are my favorite, and I can't have them in the house because it's like, what is self-control? Is that a thing?
Listen,
is it my
I
fault?
was on the phone with my doctor again this weekend, Dr. Vickery. I think he's one of the greatest doctors in the United States of America. And he told me, as a reminder, he saw my blood work, and I've got it out of the house for X number of months now. And he said, I have never, like, my triglycerides have dropped, my all sorts of metrics. I don't want to geek out. But he said, as a reminder, you can't have these in your house based on your genetic profile. Right? So, but let's back out. So yes, you're right. It just is, and it stinks, and I hate it. And that's the cards we've been dealt, right? Some people look like Brad Pitt. Some people look like me, right? And that's just the cards I got dealt. And so I just have to know. But let's back out for a second. Can we get real graphic? Is that cool?
Yeah, please. Yes.
When you throw up and your stomach it's rolling over that hill. And you get to the point where it starts it starts doing it itself, and your core tightens up a lot, and then it relaxes, and it tightens up, relaxes, and your tears come because it's your body working so hard. There is a complete and total when that's over, right? A release. Am I right?
Yes.
Yeah. That's your body, that's your head and your mind trying to find ways that it can go whoosh.
Like, why not just go take a walk? Like, how come I cannot? Like, I am
because your body is
smart person.
Maria,
cannot.
Your body's at war. Your body's at war. And what age were you when the first time? Well, I'm pretty sure I'm right. What was the age somebody hurt you?
I cannot remember.
Okay. Before 12 or after 12 or both?
Before and after, but I subjected myself to it after as a teenager.
Nope.
But
Nope.
Man, if I would have just said those words to my own kid, like, that would have been the most messed up thing. Like, I did not subject myself to anything as a kid. I was taken advantage of and not supervised.
That's right. And you're continuing to tell 14-year-old Maria, 17-year-old Maria, who was desperate for someone to look at her and say, you're worthy, even for 30 minutes. Yeah. You're desperate for somebody to say, no, you're worth being around. On my terms, but you're worth being around. Right? Do you see what I'm saying? Here's what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to draw a thread here to an incredible mother. And a woman of strength. You have no idea how strong you are. The amount of energy you and your body put forth every day to hold back the tsunami is something that most of us walking through life have absolutely no idea. And the greatest gift you can give yourself is to put your arms down and let the water run, because it'll drain out. And your body will know sleep, and your body will know intentionality, and then you'll have strength for willpower. And this is all neuroscience. This isn't just like woo-woo, like.
No, but like how? like literally, what do I do to do that?
Here's what you got to do. You've got to go enter into a therapeutic relationship with somebody with one goal in mind. Not to stop a behavior, but to make peace with Maria. Keep these words in your mind. You have to let that little girl go play. And right now, she's fighting off an uncle. She's fighting off your brother's friends. She's fighting off high school. She's fighting off mom. She's fighting off Dad. What was it about me? Why'd y'all take my brother from me? And then all of the decisions that you make, right? The Band-Aids that we use, drink this, sleep with him, do this, snort that, all of those things are a brain saying, somebody freaking connect with me. And now you're a mother with a beautiful family. By the way, you're in the middle of a blender. You know that, right?
Yeah, and that's like, I want to enjoy it.
I know.
And I want them to enjoy it.
And your brains got increasingly sophisticated modes of trying to take care of you. When you were a kid, it was behavior A and action B and action C. Now your brain is going to just run and run and run and run, trying to get your attention. And occasionally it will build up and build up and build up like an itch you can't scratch until you just eat everything and then throw up and get that complete and utter whoosh. And then you can start building it back up again. Mm-hmm. You have to do two things. You got to go get into a therapeutic relationship. You got to call somebody. Okay? And let them know, I've built it back. I'll storm the gates of hell with my strength. I'm strong. And I'm ready to heal. And the second thing you're going to have to do, which my guess is you don't have, is you're going to have to get a couple of women in your life that you trust that become your friends. Have you ever done that?
No.
My guess is you are lonely, lonely, lonely. And you have the picture of everything that looks good, but your body is screaming, where are my friends?
Yeah.
Is that fair?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, those two things. Please, are you hearing me? I tell you what just grade A, BA you are? You get that?
I hear you.
It's really impressive. The work forward now, like we have to talk to some people like in the gym who work out too much, like professional athletes who work out too hard, is I'm going to have to train you. I'm going to teach you how to rest, how to back it down. That's where you are.
Yes, so that's like a therapist, right?
That's exactly right. And you have to be willing to do hard now. That sounds so mean. I know, Maria. You're going to have to be willing to walk through some old memories that your body's protecting you from. You're going to have to walk through some real anger towards your dad and some real anger towards your mom, even though you love them. You're going to have to walk through some real forgiveness and peace for your 14, 15, 17, 22, 25-year-old self. Because that beautiful little girl was just trying to find connection, and I don't blame her for a second. She's a kid. And you're going to have to come to terms, own, if you will. You're going to have to own what happened when you were a little girl, because that crap shouldn't have happened either. You are brave and strong, and you've done all this work leading up to right now. And now's when you jump off the deep end with the help of a professional, and we're going to go get well. And in about 6 months, in about 9 months, I want you to call me back. Because my guess is you're going to have put on about 4 or 5 pounds of muscle. You're going to smile, and you're going to be laughing, and you're going to be saying, oh my, because you still got 3 kids under 5. But it's going to be different air that you're breathing. So proud of you. Hang on the line. I'm going to send you a copy of On Your Past, Change Your Future. I want you to read it and internalize it. Even take it to the therapist with you and say it's time.